Hello there, how are you keeping? And welcome back to Out of War here. We're in the beautiful Scandinavia map with a hardcore start there to our series. So today we're up here on the top of our hill and I'm just kind of going to whack down a couple of these plants. Never mind, we'll get them with the excavator here eventually. But the goal for today is to upgrade this initial excavator that we started out here with. It's a decent machine, but it's just not good enough for what we want. So I've been in here, and that's the wrong tab, excuse me. So if we go into our store here, this is the machine I want to upgrade to, the Arvik EX500D. It's 395k, we've 336 at the moment. Now over in our little warehouse there, we have our smelter running. So it shouldn't take too long actually to accumulate this money here. So what I'm going to do to actually speed things up here is jump in our little excavator, and we're going to run some of this coal through the plant. And after we get a couple of loads of that going there, we will go ahead and sell that. Now, I haven't actually set up my PC there for the bones of 2 weeks. It's the busy season at work, unfortunately. So there has been no gameplay going on. So it may take me a couple of minutes here to adjust to using this machine again. But I'll give it my best go here. And hopefully we can nice and efficiently reach our money target there. And give that new excavator a try out. I didn't actually compare the bucket capacity there, but the power of that new machine there alone should be more than enough to make it worth the investment, I would imagine. I do like this little machine though, I have to say it's been pretty good to me. Let's try and scrape the bottom there. If we could avoid an accident in it today, I'll be happy. Which unfortunately I've been too busy with work there recently to make any progress kind of gaming wise. But that's okay, everybody knows how it is, we have to do our duties and pay our bills. It is the busy season for me in the run up to Christmas. I pretty much ran off my feet there the entire last week. As people enter the streets and attempt to spend their money as quickly as possible, I should say. Which I guess isn't a bad thing for myself, but yeah. The general public can be a little bit frustrating to deal with on a daily basis, to say the least. So it's nice to get a little bit of downtime here and run some machinery and Out of War. A little bit of a relaxation and unwinding. I can get frustrated at my excavator here than at my profession. And that, let's go ahead and call that a full load there. I think I want to go ahead there and get my hands on a roller at some point as well, just to even out this. It's not too bad there at the moment, but you can see it is quite lumpy in the evening sunshine coming down on us. Alrighty, that plant has been dormant for a little while, so the first load is going through it there again. Start making a bit of cash for us. Alrighty then, let's get this rock truck back in position. Now it did cross my mind to actually upgrade the rock truck before the excavator. Excuse me. But I have decided that the excavator is more fun to get, so that's what I'm going to do, basically. I want to try it out and see if it makes much of a difference. Camera angle where I am is not great now, but there we go. You can ease it into that truck gently. Oop, we're falling over the side, are we? We're rocking back and forward there a little bit. Was getting worried. And of course, when I upgrade that excavator, we're going to go ahead and sell this one here. It is a very cheap machine, so we're not going to get a whole lot back. think we paid in the region of 15,000 for it. So if we get about 10k back for it, I'd be pretty happy with that. Now, I'm not sure if I can actually reach my rock truck from here, but I'm gonna try. Maybe we can reach, actually. Yeah, no hassle there. Not sure why I was worried about that. Here we go. Let's bring that back slightly there. Don't want to overshoot the bed of that truck, or the far side of that truck, I should say. Let's get ourselves one more bucket then, and we'll go ahead and call that another full load. Nice and efficient so far today. I'm surprising myself. Nice and efficient, I say, as I spill quite a lot of material over the side of the truck there. I think I'm going to try and continue to chase that coal back up the hill there. That gravel path isn't going to obstruct us too much. We can always deviate to the right there with our little path making, our road building. I think I'm going to back that truck up here into this groove that we're after digging out. Did a couple of smacks of the shovel there just to make the experience a little bit easier. Alright, let's swing her around. There we are, that's nice. Get myself back up top here then, and we'll continue. Throw it into high gear there, gives a little bit of a help. Okay, let's just take that as we're going this way anyway. Okay, I'm in quite a poor position here. I need to adjust quickly or we're going to have our first major accident of the day. Oh, we may have it anyway as we slide sideways. I think we can hold this position here for a little while. Should get one full truckload out of it at least. Oh, no. Whoa there. That was a stubborn piece of dirt, so let's try and head and scrape that out. Because undoubtedly the same thing will happen again if I don't get rid of it. Try and aim for this little piece of coal, or this rather large piece of coal I should say. Go ahead and get this floating piece out of the way there. We can top the truck up with that last little scoop. No, that's partially full bucket, I should say, rather than scoop. Alright, let's park that up there. That should do nicely for the next load. I think I'm overfilling this truck quite a lot. We're losing material every time we jump in. Or, excuse me, maybe that's the new dirt graphic actually. I did say that the developer said he added an option to turn that off. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I mean, when I first kind of noticed it, I was like, what the hell is this? But yeah. Let's leave it on for now. I mean, it's easy to change it. It does give the kind of appearance that we're losing material when we're not actually losing material. But it's not such a big deal, I guess. So then, let's stick with the coal because we need. I wouldn't necessarily say we need quick cash. We just need cash in general. Let's be honest. Every full bucket that we get here is going to help us advance and improve our mine here. Strip back some of this topsoil here to expose the coal underneath. Okay, let's adjust our machine here. I can foresee an accident. Here we go, nice and gently. And I think we can get one more into the back of that truck there. So let's do it. A nice bucket of coal there to top us off. One for the road, as the man says, huh? Alrighty. It's a nice evening out here. It's good to see the sunshine in this game. The weather effects are nice, but I do notice that it is a little bit dark and hard to see sometimes. So I need to perhaps play around with the contrast there, or just leave it on kind of nice weather all the time. But Christmas is approaching, and it would be a shame to not have the snow turned on. Sometimes it is nice. I think that mountain you can see there with the snow on top of it is just outside the boundary of the map. We're kind of all the way up here in the northwest side of Scandinavia. Took about 10-15 minutes of just running over here when I first loaded up the map there. So we're a little bit out of the way. We may eventually expand our operation back towards the center of the map. We'll see how things progress here once we get some larger machines. Now I'm not quite sure I like how that rock truck is sitting there. But it's in position now, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to fill it. Let's see how that works out for me. Ooh. And that is not ideal. To be honest, I'm not quite sure how this happens. It just happens far too frequently. Okay, can I rescue myself? Or can I make things quite a lot worse? And the quite a lot worse option is in fact the outcome. Good lord. How does this even happen? Okay, let's just fix this. We'll get ourselves a little bit of air support there. And what we can do while we wait for this machine to drop back in here is to actually check out our facility here and see where we are money wise now. We've collected about 5,000 there just from selling some dirt, that overburden. We've quite a lot of coal there. We're going to get a decent price for that. A little bit of ore in there, not much really. Let's go ahead and sell that coal, in fact. So a kind gentleman did tell me that I can control click to sell, but it's not going to tell me how much we're getting then. We got 64k, so in fact we do have enough to upgrade our machine there, just with a couple of loads of coal. So let's get in here to the store and buy that machine. Now we are broke again, but that's no problem. We're going to make it all back and so much more with this machine, hopefully. So let's line these two up together here just to see the difference. And not a huge size difference. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. The bucket looks quite a lot wider. Let's actually go in there to the store and see the bucket capacity. So we have 3.7 meters squared there and that. And this is the machine we have, which is 2.7. So it's a decent upgrade. But I'm looking forward to having a bit more power in the machine. So in fact we can go ahead and get rid of that. It's been good to us, but I'm quite happy to sell her on to somebody else who will get some good use out of it. We're getting 10.5 grand back of it, so that was definitely a worthwhile checking out that machine and starting off our playthrough here with it. But, oh my, this is impressive. So then, let's try her out. Hopefully I can actually reach the truck from here. Not a great first scoop there, but hopefully we can improve that as things go on. Alright, let me actually move this truck here, or this is just going to be an unpleasant experience for everybody involved. Just back it up a small bit there, that's good. Alrighty, let's try and get ourselves a better scoop this time. There we go. That's more like it. And already I would say that this machine feels a lot more steady. I'm not worried about sliding down the hill too easily. Now I suppose the problem is I'm going to be filling this rock truck here in not very many buckets, so not going to worry about it too much for now. But it's definitely on my mind to get a bigger rock truck. Also I want to get my hands on that roller, as I've mentioned a few times. I guess we can survive without a roller. Oops, yeah, we're massively overfilling the truck there, but trying to squeeze that last bucket on there. Oh. Whew. My heart. I was actually in shock looking at my screen. Please don't fall over, please don't fall over. we'll go ahead and try out our machine here and get another couple of loads run through our facility, our wash plant I should say. But what a good looking machine, I'm really impressed with that. Really impressed. Now there is cheaper options of that machine available in the store, different variants of it. I'm not really sure what the difference is. I did consider buying a cheaper one, but that was kind of the one that I seen and that I wanted, so I went with it. And obviously I'm very new to that machine, but so far I'm happy with the decision to wait for that one in particular. Let's just back ourselves up there into roughly the same position. And we'll continue with a little bit of coal mining there. Why not? And this beautiful evening. I wish it was beautiful like this where I live. It's been raining non-stop. Good God. But that's Ireland for you. We get about 2 weeks of sunshine and then it just rains for the rest of the year. But what can you do, right? It's just one of these problems. But the good news, I guess, is when it's raining you don't feel so guilty for sitting at your PC playing a game, right? And not missing much going on outside. I feel like there's a lesser reach in this excavator, if that makes sense. I feel like I could reach further down with the little Attila there, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking that. Okay, we're very nearly close to getting an accident with this machine too, and I'd like to avoid that if possible. So I think we're just gonna get this last bucket into the truck. And let's get ourselves over to the side here. And there's some pay dirts that I want to mine over here. Or pay dirt that I want to wash, I should say. Need to get into my loader there and clean out that little mountain there. Allow myself enough room to actually turn on this platform. So I should count this time how many buckets on that excavator is taking me to fill this rock truck here. Even with the little Attila excavator there, I was filling it pretty quickly. So yeah, perhaps the smart idea here is to actually get an upgraded rock truck first, but these are decisions we've made, so we're going to go ahead and stick with it, obviously. Okay, hopefully I can actually reach, and I don't think that is reaching, and we're quite far from it. So a little adjustment is going to have to be made here. Let's get her in there as close as we can to that wall. I may end up actually having to move the excavator. Okay, and after all that I'm actually further away than I was, I believe. So let's just move the excavator. Oh god, will I ever do anything right first time in this game? Come on. Get it together, man. Okay, and we're very unstable there, but... yeah, we're unstable there. Let's just try and get ourselves onto some solid ground there. Alright, let's try from here then. Just about reaching the bed of that truck. Oop. That's not good, obviously. Yeah, I need to figure out how to actually make a bench and be a little bit more efficient. But that's all part of learning. I never expected to be good at this game in a quick time, kind of. It's definitely a bit of a learning curve to it. I may jump in the loader there and grab myself a few full buckets on that just to make myself feel a little bit better. And that's a horrendous position to be in there with that rock truck. Come on. You can do it. Concentrate. Alright, let's just try it like that. See if we can't get another couple of buckets into the back of it. Whoop. No. That just won't do, I'm afraid. Alrighty, let's just jump in the loader here and make this a little bit easier for myself. Or try to make it easier, I should say. We can dump this kind of half load of pay dirt there. My little gravel pathway here kind of turns out to be a nice parking spot there for that truck as well. Anyway, let's jump into L11 and make myself feel a little bit better about my failures here in the last few minutes. Oop. Now we're kind of slanted, which isn't ideal, but that's okay. And you can see the GPS antenna on the top of my loader there. Was that there before? I'm pretty sure that's new. I've never noticed it if it was there before. Interesting. The developer is extremely active. He's always adding little details and just making the game better in general. Really have to give that guy a lot of credit. He is doing one hell of a job. Or those guys, I should say. I assume it's more than one person. Or perhaps those guys and girls. Maybe it is a family of miners, who knows? Alright, let's get myself a couple more scoops here and get that truck back in position there. Ugh. Now I did mention cleaning out that little grass hill over there also, just to give myself a turning room. So let's go ahead and do that while I'm thinking of it. Undecided if I'm gonna lay down some timber flooring over there. See that wash plant is kind of struggling to keep up with the L11 there. These nice fast buckets. Maybe overshooting the hopper there on the far side. I'll just take one or two more scrapings off this then. There we go. It's a good one. Let's go for one more then, why the hell not? Since we're here, one for the road. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. There we go. That worked out quite nicely. So the next load or two from our rock truck should be uneventful. Well, I hope it's going to be uneventful. Uneventful, I should say. But you never quite know. Well, I never seem to quite know. Quite a big lip there, but that's okay. There we are. So that's one bucket. Two. And I'd safely say that that is half full-ish. Thereabouts. 3. Four. Well, that's not good. Okay, let's just see if we can't drive it off the side here. Oop. Since we're down here, we might as well go ahead and fill her up with juice. I think when you buy a machine there, it doesn't quite come with a full tank. Maybe a third of a tank, maybe a little bit less than that actually. There we go. All set for another while. I think I just want to get this little overhanging piece here. It's the last bucket for my load here. Alrighty then. Park her up there. Oh, whoa, whoa. That's not ideal. To extend a little bit further there. There we go. It's about 5 to 6 buckets to fill this rock truck. And we're not overloaded, but you can say that that's full. I'm calling it full for sure. For sure. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna call that the last load there for the day. So let's take a quick run over to the warehouse there and just actually check what I queued up there the last time. Like I say, I haven't been online in a little while, so the memory is a little bit foggy as to what's actually going on in here, I should say. Okay, so we've quite a bit of gold queued up there. We'll save selling that for another time. A bit of diamond. Still crafting wood, that's good. We have some wood floors there. Let's go ahead and grab those. Actually, we can throw a couple of them down, why not? Let's just make this all kind of a match here, complete the side of that there. We won't go any further that way, but we can go a little bit further this way. Oops. So if I want to grid build. Create a little runway here at the side of the wash plant, so we can access everything nice and easily. A little bit of clipping going on there, but that's steel and wood, so not a problem. Alrighty, and that's pretty nice there. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it for there for now, if I can get my words out. But super happy that we upgraded the excavator there. It's going to make progressing into this hillside here quite a lot more fast and efficient, I would say. But we got a hell of a but we got a hell of a lot of money to make here before we start getting into bigger excavators. I suppose I could cheese it by using the L11 there, but I want to stick to mostly excavators. Another one machinery too, we may get our hands on a tunneler there and the baggers of course, but that's quite a bit down the road. But it's all to look forward to. It's been enjoyable so far, and it's been kind of nice to get to grips with the excavator. I wouldn't say I'm good at using it, in fact I'd say I'm quite bad, but I'm improving, and that's all that matters. So yeah, I'm going to leave it for there. Cheers for watching, appreciate that. All the best to you.